If you do it while the intro is playing, we can't see it. Hey, everybody, welcome to...
It was Alnus49.
Yeah.
I brought up the appropriate screens for you, Ian.
It was Alnus49 who subscribed. Thank you so much for that subscription, Alnus. Hey, everybody, welcome to Rhythm Cafe, where we read out subscribers.
Well, we do.
And then play rhythm games.
Yes, that is also the thing we do.
And then that's about it. That's really it. We talk at the audience. We make things up. There are lies. There are truths. We all grow a little, and then we go home. Right?
We get to go home.
We do eventually get to go home. Yes.
Oh.
We've been here all day. It's been
Right then.
It's been a Corpline recording day for us, so expect that sometime in the future. Hey, everybody. Any suggestions? Arcane Illumination asks, not a secular question, I tend to be fidgety and can find it hard to sit through even the most awesome LRR streams without having something to do to occupy at least a quarter of my attention. Any suggestions? I think leatherwork is a good one, personally. But no, we don't live in the moon base. No, today we're playing Beat, Sneak, Bandit, and, well, we're going to play it for a while.
If you want a crafting thing that doesn't require you to use knives, crochet.
Crochet's a good one. That has the hooks.
Secret Pipesman.
13-month free subscription.
I thought those were secret.
I think the society does itself as a secret. The individuals can be known, maybe.
I'm not a Corpline expert, so I really don't know.
And people people think that. People who think that we live... people we live with, people we talk with, people. Everybody's people.
It's been a rush day, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a long... Hey.
That one?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Hey.
Let's find out if they left
right, because I need to open up my audio. There we go. Meanwhile, I'll continue us on through this this banditry.
Oh, okay. I need to make some room on this card.
Uh-oh. So maybe I'll try this for real?
We should have really maybe done some of our setup before the stream. How do I delete stuff again?
Okay, I should have thought about that.
I'm gonna turn that game up a little.
Yeah.
Okay, we finished Harmonite. We're never doing that again, right?
Nope. Dan Harmon is not returning to...
we could probably delete that.
Shoot. Keep getting in the way with these.
And that can get deleted. We really should just get a bigger SD card for this thing.
We really could. What's up with chat today? This is what I get for looking up at you rather than you rather than you. Hey Bandit, we should skip the stage for now. No way. Got a wind frog, dude.
Gonna hold fast to that one today, are we? I mean, we did last time. I guess that's true.
Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Ah! Yep, we're back to just winning.
I'm actually pretty satisfied with the idea of just winning things.
Yep. All I do is win, win, win every day, except when I'm busted. But busting makes me feel good. Right, so I figured out how to win with no time left to do it. Let's just do it now. one last time with feeling. No! The clock!
Right, the little time thing. Ah, I forgot about the coffee machine.
Gonna get my clock! Clean it!
Cool.
Sneaky!
So,
Yep, I know what I need to do here. Oh, let's see if I can remember all this information and not, you know, mouth
don't
it.
mouth it, or you could just leave the room if you really need to. Clock Tower 9. Stopping time is of the essence. Yay!
Yeah, no, I just need to go get it because I don't remember it. My mind is going.
Lights. There's a switch. Ugh. Oops. No! I did everything wrong.
Yes, I know the password, Darkmoor Ford, but I still... They haven't added credit card information to the DS, so... I need to pay out of pocket.
Yeah, I can't help it if they don't actually leave the details in there.
Yeah. And I think I forgot some numbers. There we go. Yes. Expiration date is
No, it's
of the
wrong.
year. And the security code is Oh, are you trying to do more than just win? Or is the winning
No, I'm
difficult?
trying to just figure out how to do this. I need to hit a switch that does that and then get back there, which means... Oh, no wait, I think I've got this figured.
Well, Storm12 just resubbed with a message for us of Dog Dude. Or Spot Beach, if you're...
Actually, I want to start over because I think I've screwed up the quick way to win. Yeah.
No, do not store this credit card information. Hello, Anubis. Welcome. The real Kramer Cow says Ian suddenly Squidward. I think I'm a pretty good Squidward most of the time. Wow.
Oh no.
Farley F asked for a underboob question,
No.
and strangely got one from Cameron.
Asked a what?
Asked for a quote about underboob. I'm surprised it didn't pull out the latest one from the James Turner underboob situation, which is my new favorite band.
I mean, if he would just stop doing things, he wouldn't have that problem. Don't know what order I have to do the things.
Real Gamer Cow A Brubeck game sounds fantastic, with weird timing like 5-4 and 15-16.
No! game. I dislike you quite a bit.
I mean, we decided to finish this for some reason?
I believe the agreement was we weren't going to.
Oh. Can we blame this one on James, do you think?
Why would we blame this one on James?
Well...
Did he make this game? Is his name on it?
Oh man, I mean, it could be. We never know what James is actually up to.
Close this stuff. No. It's not how I wanted this to be.
Huh. How do you get that last one?
What? This one up there?
Yeah, the claw.
You have to wait for the yellow one to be out.
Okay, you can actually get it activated. Whew. Just barely.
Just kept getting... If you... Oh, you went for... I swear, none of you know how to use 3DSs. You hit download later.
Why would we do that?
Because you hit download later and then you leave the thing and then you close it and it downloads faster.
Why would they do that?
Most systems download faster when you put them in sleep mode. Why do you not... I swear.
Didn't do this one. No, seriously, why would they do that? Why would they make the slow download button when they say, hey, would you like to download this now or later? Like, I want to play it now, so can you download it now? And please download faster because I'd like to play it now. Like, you could say, if you do it this way, you might not be able to use the system or do other things while you're downloading. And then I could say, yeah, I'm okay with that.
It's supposed to be faster. Don't ask me why. I don't work at Nintendo.
Could you?
I'm trying to figure out what I would do. I think working at Nintendo would hamper a lot of the other things I like doing. It's kind of the problem.
Namely being here. I've made a horrible mistake. Good, good,
This one?
good. Oh, so what I'm finding out is that my initial time that I dropped down to the second level was an amazing fluke.
Apparently working at Nintendo stops you from meeting Lord Hosk, and that alone will stop me from working at Nintendo.
Okay. I don't think I like this game anymore.
I thought we came to that conclusion at the end of the last stream.
I don't know that I ever liked this game now that I think about it.
It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I think you got overloaded. I don't think this is a game that's meant to be played for 2 hours straight.
Definitely not.
Hey, Featherweight. I have traded people notebooks.
Oh.
Twice. I traded Cam and I traded Corey.
Good choice. Did you get?
It's kind of fun. It's like Featherweight's notebooks are like a trading card game.
Yeah.
Except I get use out of them. And I don't have to put them in binders.
Super limited edition things too.
Mm-hmm. You can do it.
Yes, I can. Hey, it's the finale! We made it! To Duke Clockface's Groovy Disco Machine, the Mashed Potato-tron 2000.
Wow. Okay. I'm... I'm gonna stay far away from it. Yeah. I have an idea of what I need to do.
Mm-hmm. Karangan has just said, Doctors Ian and Heather, I just want you to know how much I appreciate you guys doing this every Sunday. I have a pretty scary procedure happening tomorrow to see how progressed my cervical cancer might be since we found out about it. Stuff like this really makes my day much better. I'm happy to hear that it makes you feel better. I hope that everything does get better for you, Karangan. Thanks for letting us know. Good luck tomorrow. Good. You have made the bellman angry. Oh no!
I got squished. Oh, I only get one shot at being squished? That makes sense.
Feather, when I read you say this is not even his final bell, you actually had me legit worried that we'd have to do more of this.
What? Oh, wait. Okay.
You probably could have used the arm as a turnaround point, but... Does the character remind you just a bit of Justin McElroy? It's the ascot, I think.
I don't know if I've ever seen Justin McElroy, so I don't know.
Oh, I wonder if you... I'm pretty sure you have.
I mean, I probably have. I don't know if I associate this character with him.
There we go. That's the picture.
No.
Just a little?
No.
Okay. There we go. Nomen Nemesis. This game is... It's not that we can only move a certain number of times, it's that we can only move on the beat. What's that game called? Crypt of the Necrodancer.
wondering if I do it more.
So just for everyone's benefit, I'm just going to link the picture I'm talking about in the chat. Oh yeah, Necrodancer's much better than this.
You should give this a shot.
Sure. I think I got this.
Yeah. Other games downloaded.
Ding, 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 ding.
This game is on iOS and maybe Android. It's a mobile game. If it's on Steam, I'm not really aware.
This game, I do not think it is on Steam.
Probably not. It looks like it's very much a phone interface.
I got greedy.
No. Nope, platform just says iOS, so it's probably just iOS. Yeah. So you have to get both sides of the bell so it breaks the rope, and I guess he gets hit with the bell or safely endomed within it.
Oh, the greed!
Yeah, turning around is also a beat.
Yeah.
And you can only turn around if you can hit like a wall
Solid
to do it.
object.
Which is... It's not getting the clock to the thing either, it's getting to the other side in time before it... See, when I look at this character, I actually think of Matt.
Yeah.
Like, if Matt decided to be a sneak beat bandit.
F you! No! Okay, I'm gonna wait here for the next bomb.
Yeah.
One more try. That didn't count.
One more?
Yep.
Ooh, 4.
Do you want to give another try? Or
Nope.
Are we okay?
Oh no, I noped out.
I'm gonna.
Ian, you're aware there's a stream scheduled at 10 a.m., right? Hurry up a bit.
10 a.m.
10 a.m.
Check. Are you talking about Checkpoint?
No. They're doing,
yeah,
they're doing
one of
some
the
sort of
E3s?
E3 thing tomorrow. I don't know which one, because it's not mine. Mine's on Tuesday. And I get to do it with James.
Nope.
Which
You know what?
video card did you decide on, Ian?
Which video card did I decide
I
on?
don't know.
Um,
That's what they asked. I only relay the questions. I don't understand them.
I haven't bought a new video card in a long time. If you're talking about the one that's inside the machines, I think we went with another 1060.
Is James traditionally a Nintendo's man? James enjoys some Nintendo games. Like, I know he's got a 3DS and, a Wii U. That's what he chose to play, Breath of the Wild on. So he plays a few. I think he played Monster Hunter or something once. I expect us to have the opposite reactions on every game because I think we have different tastes in Nintendo games. So.
Had him! This time for sure. Patience. Wait for this to clear, then we'll go for it.
They're gonna be like 4 games max in Nintendo's present. I don't think that's exactly true. I think it'll be more like their presentation is supposed to be about a half hour long, from what I understand.
Really? That's it?
For the video, yeah, because they do the video thing, right? And their focus is supposed to be, according to the website, Switch games and Mario Odyssey. So I expect them to spend at least 10 minutes on Mario Odyssey.
Oh yeah.
And then
New Donk City.
maybe
Face it this way.
like
There we go.
like 5 minutes with like a real thing for maybe third-party stuff that's gonna come out for the Switch, but it'll be like a quick reel and probably not focus like separately on a lot of stuff. And then I expect they'll talk about Splatoon and maybe ARMS.
Yeah, I think ARMS is going to get some good coverage this year.
I don't know if I expect a lot out of the actual presentation release because it's Switch-based. But last year, during the Treehouse stuff, they also announced things that they didn't talk about in the video. So I'm kind of hoping for some 3DS titles there. We'll see. Third-party stuff do I want for the Switch? Ooh, I'd have to look it all up again.
More Owen Done.
I want... Well, Owen Done was great, but I'm actually looking forward to Stardew Valley hitting the Switch. because I really like that game. I would like to take it with me and not play it on like a computer all the time. A new Animal Crossing would be awesome. I would like them to talk about the mobile Animal Crossing app that they said that they were going to do back in fall, moved it forward because they wanted to do Mario Run, and now haven't talked about it forever. Oh, hey! Oh, I don't know how to pronounce this person's name. Is it Triple I? Is it just I? Is it Lie? They have subscribed for 13 months in a row. Dear Ian, 2017, 24 hours of Le Mans Wednesday, Thursday qualifying, Saturday 6 a.m. PST race start.
So I suppose I should actually mention this, because we forgot to mention it on the stream.
3i. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing a 24 hours of Le Mans stream.
Are you...
This gets harder as it goes on, so I'm starting to care less and less.
Yeah, no, I don't doubt that. Because that's why I gave up.
Yeah, so tune in on Saturday. We're going to be starting at the same time as actual Le Mans, so in the early morning.
Question, what is Le Mans?
Le Mans is a 24-hour race.
What kind of race?
Le Mans is a European city.
What kind of race?
Cars.
Cars, okay.
Around a track.
I didn't know if it'd be bikes or what.
Oh, yeah.
So does this mean you're going to have a car cam and you're going to be driving?
It means we're going to have I'm going to be bringing a wheel into the office, and I will be driving the majority of the 24-hour race, but because it is a team event, other people will come in and sub out for me or just keep me company.
Okay.
But we will be doing 24 hours of racing starting when Le Mans starts, which I think is like 6 a.m. PST here.
Okay.
We'll make sure to put it up on the channel and information as it gets closer. But yeah.
So it's like different racing games or just one racing game?
One racing game, same track, the Le Mans track that they'll be racing on in Europe that day as well.
Neat. Okay. That sounds really cool.
Hopefully I'll be able to... 3 p.m. France time. Thank you. Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to find a piece of software that works with the wheel I've got that will allow me to do a full race just as one go. But if not, we'll end up like chaining together some smaller races.
Do you know which game?
It's either going to be Forza 3 or Project Cars, I think. Unless I can get a better recommendation that will work with the Xbox 360 wheel.
Anubis wants to know if you accept Desert Bus as a substitute.
Desert Bus, not really a racing game. It is an endurance game, but...
Maybe not the kind of thing you want to do.
Yeah, I think this one's going to be...
for the theme?
Desert Bus is actually a lot less grueling than real race. Because you just gotta sit there and go... Yeah, I would love to do Forza 7 Splash Mirrodin, but we don't have a good wheel. And we can't afford a good wheel just for the one thing, so... You know what? You know what? Let's shut this game down.
Good, okay.
We're done with this.
We actually... The other game has been downloaded for a while now.
Yeah, let's not do this anymore.
I agree.
Oh.
Let's just turn the game music off until that is decided.
Good. Turn that on.
Done.
Close that. Unplug everything. Okay, and let's plug in that other thing.
It's called the 3DS.
The good.
I only point out what it's called because I actually do enjoy this system.
Oh, it's a good system.
I don't buy systems out of brand loyalty. Is this what I'm supposed to use?
Yeah, so take this out and then plug the other cable into that.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I see what we're going for.
It's an extender.
Wires.
Well, seeing as I watch the race, I guess I will be with you for the whole 24 hours as well. You may be mute for the Le Mans coverage, though. That's fair. That's completely fair.
I don't buy systems based on brand loyalty. I do tend to buy Nintendo over other systems because they're full of franchises that I'm familiar with and enjoy. But if I could afford a secondary system, I would probably buy a PlayStation.
Yeah, it's a good point, actually.
I mean, okay, like, listen, my first choice is always a portable system.
Mm-hmm.
So, Nintendo-wise, has always been, like, Game Boys and whatever, and they have them. My second system that I chose to buy when I had extra money was a Vita.
Yep.
And then it would be probably the home consoles for Nintendo because they do have the things I want. But then it would be Sony.
Yeah,
I would go for a PlayStation.
I think I don't buy consoles out of brand loyalty. I buy games.
I don't really know that many people who do.
No, I don't know that many.
Like, I know people make fun of Beach for being, like, a Nintendo fanboy, but, again, that's because they have the games that he wants to play. He's not particularly interested in that many games that are on the other platform. When you can only afford to buy, like, one thing, you go with what you know.
Though he does tend to mention a lot that he's less interested in playing a game when he hears it's on a non-Nintendo system. Or that he's not going to play a game specifically because it's not a Nintendo system.
But that's not totally true, because he will play the games that I set up on the PC if he's really interested. Because he really does like XCOM and some other games that he does go in for.
Yep.
I just think he's got less interest in trying to find all of that.
Yeah, we will need to hook up the connector too, right? The application?
Under this one?
Yeah, that's going to be that computer.
Okay, so I need to take that off.
Yeah, we're switching over to a little game called...
Set all that up anyway.
Not Rhythm Heaven Remix, though that's a great game. And
it's why I didn't delete it.
Yeah.
I deleted the other games, but... Right, and then we need to change this to...
Yeah, the game is Radiohammer. I think it's 2 words.
Is it?
It's on 2 separate lines.
Sure. Why not? Yeah, it is. Well,
no, it's 1 word.
Oh, whatever.
Doesn't really matter.
Bump?
Yeah. Pump the volume. I have pumped the volume. July Ann. Let's look at the options.
So far, the screen looks wrong.
Yeah, this looks pretty funky. I think it's about to get louder. Loading. In random mode, the difficulty level will be assigned randomly. Wow. Yeah. So far, I'm excited for this. The character design is on point. Oh, right. Now I remember why it sounds not good.
Right, we need a thing in the...
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll go get a thing to put it.
I have had other consoles, too. I had a PlayStation 2 for a while, which I played a few things on. Okay, top screen does look more... Okay, that's fine.
So for those of you who don't know what we're doing here, there's this weird bug with the capture software for the 3DS that if you don't have headphones or something plugged into the headphone jack of the 3DS, it sounds really tinny. And we don't know why it does this. No. But the minute we plug in a headphone jack, here comes the bass.
It fixes it.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Anyway, here comes Miss Rabbit. She'll be acting as our manager. Nice to meet her. Now, on to the business at hand. We received a letter from a listener, that one of you, that there are a number of shady people lurking in the park nearby. This is getting a little close to home, actually. It's time to fulfill the mission of the pirate radio station Radiohammer and protect the innocent.
Okay.
Go forth and be a hero that punishes evil, and remember, every move will be broadcast live. Okay. Get ready, because you're on air. Oh wow, she's actually a rabbit. Okay, X and B. Oh yeah. Or down.
So up or down or X and B which would be the top and bottom buttons on that.
Now I'm getting it.
Oh! I see. When you say shady people, you mean... Yeah. Alright. I understand.
I'm jamming.
Oh, so you need to hit the downbeat for the bottom layer and the top beat for the top layer?
Yep. Oh, and you can just tap too if you prefer.
Yeah.
Have some tea, Miss Bunny. I'm just gonna selfie myself to death here.
Rayon the Arrow Ace has subscribed for 6 months.
Thank you, Rayon.
Fumofu. Oh,
Here you go.
You acquire Instant Crush.
I don't know how Japanese this is. I think this is... It looks like it's
Who made this game?
human
Can we
beings.
look up some info on this game?
This is made by Vinyl Lab / Arc Systems.
I acquired first time on air. We also acquired Great Job.
Hey, great.
I like this game.
Like, the vibe I'm getting from the character designs in this is, it's not Adventure Time, it's that other one. Bravest Heroes, or Bravest Warriors.
Yeah. Another mode for Julie Ann's Episode 1, Stage 1 has been unlocked.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Eric the Orange. You didn't miss much of this, though.
No, we just started this,
Yeah,
and it's
so
much better. Don't
Consider
worry about
this... Yeah, a lot of it was just a lot of griping earlier about, the other game, which we will not mention.
it. Okay, so those were your goals then? There's nothing good in green boxes, it's a trap. Got it. Okay.
Like, I'm confused as to why the rabbits sit there still. Use the Y key to grab the presents.
Alright.
I was reading Featuring Me's comment about having never played a Zelda game before, and I stopped there to think about it in context of what we're doing. Now, this is probably not a very good example of a Zelda game. But damn, I'd play a lot more Zelda if it was skinned like this.
I mean, I would play a Zelda rhythm game.
MC
I actually found it really funny because there's a mobile Final Fantasy Picross game that they're bringing to the 3DS in Japan, and I kind of want to play it because I do enjoy Picross because I really liked the Zelda version of Picross.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. I feel like it's a weird trend if a lot of games decide to do a similar take on a game because they can, and I'm okay with every game decides they want a Picross version, especially if it'll go on my 3DS. Can we make older Picross?
Probably.
I would assume it wouldn't be that hard to do. I mean, I really have no idea. Go for it.
Well, yeah, let's say that.
Do it.
Cuddle Shrine, yes, you can make a Lure Picross.
Go for it.
You and any of you who'd like to.
I would play it.
Yeah.
I enjoy Picross.
I'm enjoying this. This is...
So, what you've done where you've fully extended the thing.
Yes.
This is not a problem on the 3DS that I know of, but on the original, on the DS Lites, if you did this, it had a habit of breaking the spine and causing them to crack.
I never had that problem.
So, I never fully extended it because I was freaked out that that would happen because it happened to so many people. So when people do this to a 3DS, it actually freaks me out mildly, even though it's not a problem that occurs with these.
Uh-oh. Okay, everything's fine.
It's fine. Oh, I see. There are other characters. We just don't have them unlocked. Neat.
Oh, one more. Richard Ehrman, something thought of Ian. You guys continue the Utena on MOI this week. Is there an Utena rhythm game? There's no Utena rhythm game, and we probably won't be continuing Utena this week. It'll be back next time Matters of Import is on.
Yeah, Matters of Import, is it happening at all?
I don't
or is
think
it getting completely bumped?
it's probably getting bumped. I don't think there are plans for us to play that, but let me just check the calendar here, because it might be some time before Matters of Import is back on, in which case we might want to do simultaneing just a little. Cuttlefish Man, can I make souffle on TTSF at some point? I don't see... Yeah? If it's possible to cook souffle in a toaster oven, which I think it is, then yeah. Or a bouilla base. Rocario says that if there's no Utena tomorrow, that means you have time to watch the last half of the series. Good plan. Oh! Welcome to Candy Fever time. Yeah, there might be some Utena tomorrow. Just given that if we don't, there won't be any more Matters of Import until the the 10th of July.
Eric, we're hitting all these people because they're shady.
Yep.
And we are protecting the world or something. With a hammer.
We're radio DJs.
Were we? I missed that part. I mean, I played a lot of rhythm games that tell me I am a thing, and then I never see a character again, and I don't believe them anymore.
I think this works better actually as a console game rather than a portable one. So I'm looking at I keep looking at the art up on the screens here, and it looks really good. It's kind of lost on this tiny screen. Or at least the low resolution screen.
Why are they all sick? Okay, so in Japan and Asian countries, it's really not uncommon to wear a cold mask if you're sick so that you don't cough on things. However, they are also used as ways to hide your identity. And that's probably what's really going on. They're wearing the shades and everything. It also means they don't have to draw faces. No Matters of Import on June 26th.
So yeah, I will be out of town on June 26th. So there might be matters of import, but we'll probably not play. What's it called?
The Utena game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd assume that...
a game like that's probably just easier to keep, not to throw a person out of the loop.
Yeah. I assume that either you, Heather, or Corey will probably fill in for matters of import. Maybe?
Maybe.
I'm not willing to make promises that Beach has to keep.
I mean, Beach probably is the one who should be figuring that out.
Combo dough.
Bye, featuring me. You have a good day.
Bye. And she just chucks that hammer to hammer on those selfies. One bad. But we acquired You Can't Stop the Beat, and we acquired a gift receiver.
Also, Take It Easy.
And working hard.
You want Take It Easy with working hard.
True.
Because you want a balance, right?
We also unlocked Extra Mode. And the new songs have been added to Extra Mode.
Cool.
That's a lot of stuff happening there.
I mean, it's early in a rhythm game. You get a lot of unlocks typically, right?
Ooh, Story Mode covers not just the DJs, but also their instructors, too.
Neat. So this is episode 2.
Richard Herman, I did say you, Heather, or Corey. You being referring to Heather. You, Heather.
I'm 2 people. Most people don't know that. Got you. Oh, please have mercy. Not on my watch. What are you trying to do? I don't believe you, but okay. Alright. This isn't the time to be playing around. You need to go to the park immediately. Heading to the park. Okay.
Rocario has subscribed for 3 months, saying was going to save this for matters of endpoint, but also glad you folks got me into Utena. It's a lot more goofy than I was expecting. It really is. Corey was mentioning that because she's watching it for the first time right now. Eric the Orange, yes, the little rabbit is our manager. I choose to believe that the people you're firing up into the air aren't ever coming down, and you're just basically creating a brand new ozone layer based of perverts.
Doesn't feel fitting enough. Go.
Yeah, thank you. There's nothing good in green boxes.
That's what the game's told me. I haven't seen a green box show up yet.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's the ribbon. But it might actually be a green thing.
Nail the rhythm for best results on your presents.
Any opinions on Irregular at Magic High School? I'm just now watching it. I don't think it's bad. I failed to see what the hype is about. Irregular at Magic High School.
Yeah, it's not on my list of watches.
I always have to look these things up because half the time I only recognize it if I have a visual of some sort. What's that called?
Irregular at Magic High School?
Oh. Okay. No, I am aware of this one. I haven't watched any of it yet. I don't know if it's actually on my list. I don't think I've got that on my list. But I might, because I do typically watch an episode or 2 of things that are magical in some game. So I can't, neither of us can actually offer you opinions on that.
No, sorry. It's a nice little tune.
If it's a harem, I'm probably not going to watch it. I prefer to watch boy harems. Or reverse harems, which I refuse to call it because it's a dumb name. Or rather, they generally call them otome shows.
Yeah.
Rather than harems, but...
I don't know.
Turns out I like things that are aimed at girls. Who knew? Nope, that was green.
Like, Rare Monster, you say that anime was much better before harems, but they've really kind of always been there. Like, in a way, Ranma could be described as a harem anime. A weird one, though, because it's all about gender flips within the harem world.
I mean, there's always a period of time where something is more popular or considered easier to produce or something, then you will have a flood of that.
Like Mogling's saying, harems go back all the way to Love Hina at least. Yeah, and at least is right there. I think Ken Akamatsu with Love Hina really nailed the current idea of what a harem show is. And I think, who knows, maybe we need Trigger to demake the harem genre. Oh, Rare Monster says, I'm largely joking. I'm just very into old school violent schlock. Anime was garbage then and great now. Also, anime was great then and garbage now. Yep, I think we're on the same page there then, Rare Monsters. There was someone who was on my Twitter list that was posting some information about old 80s anime. And, people always complain that 80s anime just looked like garbage.
No, 80s anime looks so cool.
Yeah, what turned out is...
God, Bubblegum Crisis, the original, is so sweet.
She posted a couple frames from Captain Harlock. And it turns out what actually happened is that the technology to display 80s anime was garbage. And it's taken Blu-ray and modern 4K things.
Harlock has a great look.
Oh, yeah, and people saying, like, oh, old anime just looks fuzzy and bad. No, it's sharp as hell. It's just... DVD was a terrible format. Television standard definition was a terrible format. Everything beautiful's there. It's just under 15 levels of compression. My dude.
I also find that I prefer styles that aren't necessarily prevalent in the time that I'm watching things. So right now, we have a lot of anime that looks a very specific way because that's kind of the style. And it's not I dislike it. It's just 80s anime looks more interesting to me because it's not what is playing right now.
Yeah, well, it was
in that style, right?
Hand-drawn. It was all hand-drawn back then, so it has a very distinctive style compared to most stuff today, which is, as we know...
Yeah, but what I'm saying is if everything looked 80s style, I would probably not be as interested in it. I like seeing some variety, and when you get a large amount of what looks kind of the same in the same style, I get bored of it.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's why I really like the way, Sengatsu no Lion looks, because it's a style that's not prevalent in everything else that's going on.
Exactly, and it's very distinctive too.
Or the 13 Districts anime, which I've totally forgotten the name of
Aka.
now. Yeah, Aka. So they're really good at drawing bread. There's a lot of bread in the show. Eric's right too, we do have a tendency to filter out bad. There was also a time where we didn't get a flood of everything, we only got a specific amount of stuff.
Yep.
So within the consciousness of some people from like the 90s are like, oh, well, all the good stuff came out in the 90s, but we had less of a flood of it at that point, so we only got certain shows.
A lot of good stuff did come out in the 90s, too.
I mean, yeah. I just don't think the ratio is actually that different from what actually exists in Japan.
Yeah, we all, and I do mean we all say, oh, well, anime was better back in the 90s, and we also all say, well, no, it was just a different ratio, but I have yet to actually see a breakdown of it, and I think that might be interesting to do if I had time. But to just,
I don't got time for that. I don't got time for speculation.
But to just crawl through releases, just even numbers would be nice. This is something that I think, boy, maybe I should poke, or we should all mass poke Miles Express 999, who is the social media manager for Crunchyroll. He likes doing these sorts of breakdowns of industry trends. He might have already done it. I'll have to look into that, but... Are you enjoying this as much as just as a casual game as I am?
As a casual game, yeah. I mean, a lot of the rhythm games that I play I feel like they have a harder difficulty curve.
But this has a certain crunchiness to it that just still makes it fun to play.
This is still pretty enjoyable. Oh, I got bad. I ruined my thing.
Bad isn't a miss.
Generally, bad still break your combos though in most games.
Not this one. I can say that. I can say that with this is still you.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Got distracted.
I
like the music.
Yeah. It's non-licensed music, but it's also not terrible.
Well, it doesn't sound like the same thing repeated over and over, which some games will do as rhythm games. They'll only license like a couple songs, or get a couple songs made. Oops. Oh, this stage is quite long.
Drake F loves the B fight in Harmonite. That was those B fights were a thing.
Harmonite was great.
It was a good game. It was a very good game. Sorry, yeah, you just reminded me of the video you pointed me to of Rabbit.
Oh, Rabbit? Yeah, the moment that you saw that, because you had said you wanted to see what the gameplay was like, and I was just like, I have to send this in right now!
Here is some gameplay. It's even just simulated gameplay, but it's...
Yeah. Yeah, because I think they would probably have more animation given the way that you've got stuff set up. It's just, because it seems like they've just got mostly stills going to show what kind of thing they would go for flow. I am really worried that game will not fund, though. There's like a week left, and it is nowhere near the funding goal.
I mean, just given what they're showing off, I wouldn't be surprised if they actually just went for regular funding on that if it didn't fund crowd-wise.
I hope so. I'd like to see it happen. It's... And I don't want them to, like, lower what their funding goal is to make it happen, because I'd rather them say, this is what we do need. And if they can't get that, I'd rather them not make it and have it not be terrible. But I am worried it won't actually fund on that Kickstarter. And they're doing a lot. I've been following their Twitter, and they're constantly promoting and doing everything.
Well, every dollar they get from backers is another one they don't have to raise in another way.
Yeah.
Or pay back to a studio. Like Shenmue, which is the other big game that I care about, that got kickstarted, just had a video announcement that they need to push back to 2018, their release.
I mean, it happens.
Yep.
Delays happen all the time for gaming. Because I think, what's the other one? I believe Bloodstained also got pushed back once or twice. And I know Beach backed that one because it's a Castlevania thing.
Style.
And he's really into that. Well, it's the guy who made Castlevania is making
okay.
it, right? He can't call it Castlevania. I'm hoping it turns out really good. The video he did for it was really neat. He was sitting in a really fancy vampire-like chair.
Oh, okay.
And he did like some stuff with wine and whatnot. I haven't really played Castlevania, so I don't have an attachment to that. But when I see things that are like, oh, I know so-and-so's going to be excited for that franchise, or they're going to like this, I want them to be getting the thing that they would like.
We're getting to a boss here soon, too.
Ooh, boss fight. I am curious to see what a boss fight would be like in this game. Ready? Gift in this thing. Rainy mood.
There's plenty of good stuff that came out in the 90s. Anyways, in fact, I think one of my favorite series did, but I want to double check that.
What, anime-wise?
Yep.
Or game-wise? What are we talking about?
Anime-wise. Macross 7 came out in the 90s, right in the middle of the 90s. And Macross 7 was fantastic. Also Rurouni Kenshin, which was, for the most part.
It was fine.
It dropped off after...
Season 2?
Yeah.
That's why here it became a fighter. I really didn't have that much interest in Rurouni Kenshin.
That's fair. What else? There's Escaflowne, same deal.
I did like Escaflowne. I didn't like the ending, and I always forget what the ending is, and then I watched it three times to remember the ending, and then I was like, oh right, the ending is not what I want, and then I've permanently reminded myself that I don't like the ending.
The majority of Legend of Galactic Heroes came out from 1998 to 2000, so that also...
I need to finish that one day.
Trigun was really good, too.
I disagree.
When did you make it all the way through Trigun?
No, I couldn't. I don't like gag anime.
It's...
Generally, and it's very gag-heavy, and I just can't...
That's, I think, why you're definitely landing on that end of things.
Yeah.
Because it definitely gets over the gagness.
Like I've seen AMVs that show all the serious parts and stuff that goes on, and I'm like, I would be into that. But it does the thing I don't like in between, and I can't... No. And it's not like I don't like all gag anime, but most gag anime I don't like.
Yeah. I'm not trying to give you a case of why you need to watch it, but... Yeah, Oh no!
gets past getting this super serious.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe that. I really do, because I've seen footage and stuff.
And it turns out a lot of the reason for his gagging is compensation.
Okay, I guess that's cool.
But yeah,
Give a reason.
it wasn't paced properly for you to be able to get that.
Yeah, like there are series that I love that I will never recommend to people because every time I'm like, oh, you should, I'm like, no, you have to get through the first 20 episodes before it gets good. And I don't like making recommendations like that.
Yeah. But I almost dropped Trigun for the same reason you did. It just felt like it wasn't going anywhere, and it was kind of gaggy. And then it hit that wall. Actually, I think it was my girlfriend at the time who let me know that it was going to hit that wall, because she was a bit more into the magazines.
Ah,
And
so she convinced you to stick it out a little?
Yeah.
Bye, Kerrigan.
Good luck.
My favorite One Piece arc is only 260 episodes in. I mean, there's certain shows you can skip things or you can hit seasons, but I don't like. There's lots of shows where you miss out on a lot of context if you skip forward to get to the part.
Especially because the anime that I tend to like is the kind of anime that's a self-contained story, which means that every episode generally has a reason for existing, which means you shouldn't be skipping any of it.
Yeah, Princess Tutu was not 90s, but I think it is an excellent show.
Utania's was definitely 90s and very good. All of Sailor Moon was the 90s and was pretty fantastic.
There are large chunks of that show you could skip if you didn't wanna. Because while I really do enjoy magical girl shows, Monster of the Week, it can be a hard sell for some people.
It can. But I think it's such a classic that it's worth sticking through.
It's just that repetition can be really, like if you're binging, can be kind of mind-numbing.
Yeah. Double Zeta did come up on. Oh yeah, so you want to talk about shows that you have to get over a bit for a while? Gundam Double Zeta, it really is that, and it was partially because of the way the show was made. The show was originally targeted for a younger audience because, again, they were trying to get more young people into Gundam. So, in addition to younging down the main cast of the series to even younger than what it had just previously been in Zeta, and keeping a few of the other characters on board, they also started adding a lot of slapstick to the series. So you'll have scenes where this very serious giant robot, the Zaku, which if you've been keeping up on the Gundam canon at that point, was like, it's the main villain suit. It's a very bad thing. And it falls on its butt and makes a bonk sound. And it's, no.
Actually, now that I think of it, the only series I really like that's done a lot of slapstick is Slayers.
And Rare Monsters brings up the influential anime for him growing up was probably Robotech, which is why I dislike the argument that there was no anime in the West before the 90s, or it wasn't very popular. Like, there was a lot of stuff coming to the West, maybe not necessarily to America, but places like Mexico and Spain, France, all got a lot of stuff.
When you say the West, you mean English-speaking countries.
When I say the West, I mean places outside of Japan.
Not Asia.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess would be more accurate.
Yeah, America is a real case of of not invented here syndrome, or not intended for here syndrome. But I mean, we got Astro Boy in Canada that I always think was probably thanks to a French pairing. Nelvana was pretty heavy into that stuff. I think they did the...
That's true. A lot of French companies were doing things.
Eric, do you want to ask how do I feel about more shonen series of Gundam, like Mobile Fighter G Gundam? Corey and I are working our way through that. It's a lot of fun, but we haven't got far enough in yet to just start chaining them all together. I think the last episode we watched was the last one with Chibody Crockett, who's the American in that series. By the way, I'm pretty sure that Chibody Crockett is just is Steven Universe grown up. He's a slightly magical guy who wears a red T-shirt with a big yellow star on it, and some of his his one of his supporting characters looks a lot like the Donut Girl, but again grown up. Yeah, that's my favorite fan theory. Square.cube, you're saying anime in the 90s was starting to get popular in the US, though. You mean it? I mean, it gets referenced in a pop song. Are you talking about specifically 1 Week by the Bare Naked Ladies?
That's where they reference Sailor Moon.
Yep. So what was it?
Avril Lavigne referenced an anime in one of her songs too. Or anime in general.
And then there was just that No Nagging by Froggy
God.
Mix.
No, do not remind me of that awful piece of crap. No.
No Nagging.
I think I actually still have that CD.
Eric the Orange, you're talking about G Gundams, and you choose to reference the horse that rides a horse, or the Gundam that rides the horse Gundam. Goofy. But Windmill Gundam. Let's never forget Windmill Gundam. FL Touring, yeah. Definitely check out Turn A Gundam, because it's its own story, but it also relates to the other series, so it's... I don't know if it's a good way into the series, but if you do like Turn A, I recommend highly checking out Geno Reconquista, or Gundam Reconquista in G. Longer combos. Such a cliche. Oh, we're on the boss. All right.
You can tell we're enjoying this game because we totally neglected to take a break.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
G-Dwarf, I think, no, Turn A Gundam got its official release back on the DVD era. What just happened was that they got Blu-ray release. And I think it's Right Stuff, or it might be Central. Whoever released it did a really interesting thing where they allowed you to upgrade your DVD set to Blu-ray and for a discount, which is the first time I've seen that happening, and I think a really cool idea.
When it's a live-action Ranger show you do a podcast about, would you consider that to be anime? Like, oh, that's Kamen Rider Ghost. If it's got an anime comparison, it would be shonen. Really, the more directed towards boys series, generally with like a younger protagonist who is very on fire about the world and will do a thing and yell a lot, but be powered up by that yelling. It's got a lot of shonen tropes, but there's not a lot of anime that's like a direct comparison that I've seen. I've watched some shows that will try and do it, and generally if you do see it show up in anime, it's more of a... Okay. Sure. It's more of a... They'll show off like a superhero show going on in a show. And that's kind of close. Yeah, Burning Youth.
No!
So Ian, have you noticed that this is your character except with boobs?
They mentioned that they copied us. They copied
I
us
wasn't
in
paying attention to the storyline.
The scientists copy us in every way except for one large difference.
I'm always amazed at the technology of these worlds where they've made such fluid metal.
I mean, like, you can have a big English wheel to make round bits of metal that large. Down she goes. Oh. And everyone died!
We'll go easy on you next time.
Not completely useless. Oh no, are we going to take our enemies into our team?
I hope not.
Oh.
I don't want really them to be on my team.
Not bad for our first try. Let's get back to the studio.
All right.
Oh, didn't quite make the full points, but I think that's because I flubbed the combo.
Ooh, we've unlocked McWayne's story. Random play mode. Alright. Back at the studio.
Clint Eastwood says, so this is basically Saikano then. Yeah, another anime that came out in the 90s? No, that was the early 2000s. Boo, me.
Alien attack.
Oh, yeah,
look at that hammer.
Too. Wow. Let's play as McWayne. I'm just going to choose to believe that every MC is Scottish now.
No, his producer is awesome.
Yep. His name's Burning Heart.
It's so good.
Oh, Punk Chicken.
So alien attack, cannon fodder, and we're gonna attack them. Alright, let's take a look. Oh, he's got a comb. It's great. Best chicken ever. Okay, our villains kind of suck, but...
I think they're better than...
Oh, yeah, no.
The perverts.
Agreed. I'm not really in love with the pervert villain.
Yeah. I'm loving the fact that the chicken takes out a comb to do its pompadour.
I was kind of hoping for, like, a different kind of villain here, though, than just notes. Whoa! Whoa! What?
Hey! McWayne!
The chicken constantly has fire going on.
It's gonna be a problem for that chicken.
You saying he's a little baked.
Ooh. Julianne is on the hunt for a new boyfriend. Interested? Call into her show? What?
No.
Don't do that.
I don't want to meet people that way.
No. Please do not call into our show if you're looking for a girlfriend. Or a boyfriend. Galaxy Tennis. I mean, the music is still pretty slamming.
I'm glad that the songs change. I was afraid that it was going to be exactly the same, but different character. Because a lot of games will do that as well.
Is that a spaceship coming in at the top?
Yes. And
Okay,
there's an
good.
alien invasion going on. We're fighting alien music notes.
I'm kind of looking forward to finding out what the hard mode of this is.
Maybe third button?
Ooh.
Generally, multi-button games add more button difficulty for a thing like that.
French samurai. So Clint Eastwood was asking Rare Monsters, is there a term for something that is animated but not targeted towards young children? When I was growing up, that was anime, but it was rare to see something animated not being for kids in the 90s. And then Rare Monsters counters by saying, problem with that term is it requires you to call Fritz the Cat anime. And G-Dwarf then chimes in, there is no specific term for anime for adults more than there is for movies. So you can apply the Japanese term seinen or josei for a young adult male or young adult female. Can we just call it animation? And not worry about, and not even worry at all about who the target market is? Because I think, like, there's a lot of animation out there that's, oh, are you...
Sorry, No, okay, this isn't what... That's not what I was thinking of.
Okay.
There was a Christian thing that had a cat. That was like...
Yes, that is not Fritz the Cat.
That was like cassette tape based because it was all radio plays and its name escapes me, and for a second I thought they were referencing that, and I was just like, who are you? Why do you know that? But it's not, so that's fine.
Who's giving us presents?
I'm assuming fans or people at the studio who've gone through those boxes to make sure that it is okay. But not very well since the green one. So fans, maybe. Fan mail. Ian, the original topic was that I remember gargoyles in the 90s being on Saturday morning cartoons, but I quickly realized it was much more mature than the cartoons I was watching.
Yeah.
And then was curious about the evolution of that genre.
So that's an interesting one too, because there's things like gargoyles is a good example. I would almost put Tailspin almost in that vein as well.
I mean, it's probably not really...
But it was definitely, Tailspin was more about adults. Like, they tried to bring the... It feels like the child characters were an afterthought. Like Kit and the baby of the woman. The show is really about Baloo, Shere Khan.
Yeah, but it's not... Like, I wouldn't say the themes are so mature within that you couldn't have your child watching it. Maybe not necessarily understanding a lot of everything that's going on.
No, but by mature I mean the themes like owning a business and forming relationships with other adults. Those are some of the themes that Tailspin deals with. It's back to you.
Yeah, but again, I would say that's not like something that children couldn't watch.
No, exactly, and that's exactly it. That's why I think the word animation is perfectly acceptable. And then after that fact, as a sub division, you can put in for children or for adults or for all ages. Yeah, no, you're right. There's targeted at children, and then there's also appropriate for children. Rare Monsters. Gargoyles, Batman, the animated series, Tailspin were made, aimed, and marketed towards kids. They didn't talk down to them, though. and they confronted them with adult
There-
themes, but they were for kids, if they were for anyone.
There are certain episodes of Batman the Animated Series I would not show to a young child.
Mm-hmm.
But, oh, good series.
Like, I think we're now in an age where animation is definitely less aimed directly at children, in the sense that we can have series like Rick and Morty, which is definitely not for children, nor is it aimed at children. But on the other hand, we have shows like Steven Universe, which are, I wouldn't even say aimed at children, but children definitely should be watching.
The problem I find with animation, at least especially in like the 90s era, is that it's seen as for kids unless you call them adult cartoons, in which case they're not. They're very definitely not for kids, but they're crude or about sex or things specifically to try and give it like an 18+ rating.
Yeah.
As opposed to, can we tell the story in this art form, in this medium? And because you have less of the adult cartoons being kind of in the more public eye, animation gets kind of this rap as being for children.
Yeah.
Kind of in the same way that some adults still think all video games are for kids.
Yeah.
And that the rating system is a difficulty level rather than a movie rating type thing.
Yeah.
I also find that most cartoons I saw when I was a kid were very episodic and not. Western cartoons were very episodic and about maintaining status quo and about being, we can shuffle this whenever we need it into a slot, not there's a continuum, or we don't think kids can keep up with a story from week to week. Was a very popular thing to do, and that is why I didn't like a lot of Western animation at the time. They've changed that quite a bit. Not in everything. There's still a lot of shows that follow that.
Tempest brings up an interesting point too when you're mentioning about video games and their ratings. Spec Ops: The Line, totally not for kids. And that's kind of the point of it too, though, is that kids are playing the games that Spec Ops is talking about in its commentary. So I don't know. Maybe kids of a certain age should be playing Spec Ops: The Line.
I don't think necessarily that kids shouldn't be playing games that are rated for like an older rating, so much as I believe that parents who believe that ratings are set to be a difficulty level like 18+ or whatever are not going to be the parents who sit down with their kids and actually discuss with them the things that are going on within those games. I do not like that idea.
Maybe an arbitrary rating system isn't the best way of determining whether or not a game is appropriate for you and your maturity level.
Well, no, but it's supposed to be a starting point for a person who's not going to be the thing, but it gets treated as something else. That's the actual issue.
Is that it's treated as this absolute and as a way of getting around having to have conversations and understanding.
Hi, Bearby. I hope you have good pho.
Thank you, Bearby. Yeah, that sounds real good. It's properly pronounced pho.
Pho.
But I'll always call it pho.
Okay.
Just because it leads to so many more puns.
Well.
Yeah. And I just to lighten up the topic a bit here. Does anyone else out there remember the not for kids sticker they used to put on anime?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I kind of want a poster or a button with that on it. me see if I can look it up for the... Yeah, there we go. Oh, that looks like a really high-quality version, too. Someone's remade that. There we go.
Somebody used to put it on the manga as well?
I don't remember.
Or did they just plastic wrap that stuff?
I remember them not actually having manga available at that time.
Manga was more easily available in stores for me than anime was where I lived. I think that was just because the stores that carried it found it cheaper to bring in, though.
I mean, back when I was buying this stuff, it was... The anime was shoved either in a international section or just didn't exist at all.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Like, we had to go to a comic book store to rent anime.
Yeah, I could see that.
Okay, stage 3. The best time to score a perfect is when the enemy is centered on the timing point, which is to say that's the only time to score a perfect. Oh look, that spaceship crashed.
I mean, it's easy to get a spaceship going. The landing is tricky, though.
Sounds like you're talking from experience. Did you have a Flight of the Navigator moment when you were a child?
I don't know what reference you're making. I might be too young for that.
Ooh. You should see the Flight of the Navigator. It's a good Disney film about a spaceship that comes down and grabs a kid, and then they are friends, and they go places.
All right.
Like NASA, and there's a robot dog that the guy hides inside. I'm not making this sound coherent at all, but believe me, Flight of the Navigator is a fantastic film.
I don't disbelieve you.
No! Mein Combo! Glad that he catches his hammer.
You forgot to avoid all the traps, Ian.
Damn it! I didn't avoid the traps. Yeah, it's interesting the way that different societies choose to deal with keeping or protecting children from inappropriate... Wow, just put a quotation around every word in that sentence. Inappropriate content.
It's generally cultural.
Richard Ehrman is saying Germany's more afraid of violence than gore than showing nudity, which is strange, which led to a very strange censoring policy in anime. They got Dragon Ball in a cut version with less blood, with less blood, but with all the sex jokes still left in.
Man, Dragon Ball Z had some great censoring things. They called hell heck.
Oh, nice.
In the English version.
Because they actually go to hell, which is...
Yeah, and then they had all the Oni, all the demons all wore like shirts that said heck on them, or like had an H or something on them.
That's fantastic.
It was really great.
Yeah. Like, for me, it was having the reason why pornography is just available on stands in Japan was... I was told that it was because children just aren't going to be interested in that until they need it.
Until they need it.
Oh, Eric says that they had shirts that said HFIL, the Home for Infinite Losers, which was
right.
a mild alteration of hell.
Right. Yeah. I always like the... It's one thing when they choose a different word to dub with. It's when they do a different thing on the image, because they have to get permission to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And just the things they decide to go with, I always find really funny.
My favorite is always the hovering water in Sailor Moon just above the actual water level in the bathtubs.
My favorite one is from Tokyo Mew Mew, where they take out every cross and symbol, and
There's other signs of the occult.
There is a scene where one of the villains stands on top of a church that has a cross on it, but they've taken the sides of the cross off, so it's just this big stick off this building. It's great. They did some of that in Sailor Moon, but instead of taking because Haruka wears a cross necklace. Sometimes they take the sides off, so it's just a stick, and on a couple occasions they made it into a circle. Which, that one I find really funny, because that requires more work.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mew Mew Power is very for kids dubbed. Tokyo Mew Mew is fantastic, as far as I'm concerned.
And when did that come out?
I think that came out in the 90s.
There we go! A lot of good stuff came out in the 90s.
4Kids only got the first half, though. They only got the first season.
Okay.
So it does that thing where there's kind of an ending, but not, like, the actual ending to the arc of the story, which is unfortunate. Or maybe fortunate, because it didn't get the treatment, but... I think Tokyo Mew Mew was one of the first fandom things I saw too.
Melody Dark wants to know if we watched Wedding Beach.
I love Wedding Beach.
Good, I'm glad you have watched it.
Have you seen the bonus where they make like a giant mecha thing happen? It's so great.
Okay.
I should show you that one episode. It's a bonus thing. It's not part of the actual thing, but she gets into a giant robot made of, like, essentially it's based off of the wedding versions of their transformations.
Malady is very excited about you having seen this.
I own it on DVD.
Pencil Stroke wants to ask, Ian and Heather, as resident experts on Japan games, anime, manga, and all things from this weird island, can you please explain the game type Bullet Hell? Why you think it's so present in Japanese video games, but rarely, if ever, appears in Western games?
I assume it's a skill-based thing.
So yeah, like, why do we explain Bullet Hell? So games like Gradius and the Toho games, Ikuruga, games where they're usually top-down or from the side, things scroll on their own to its own rhythm, and then a lot of fire bullets come out.
Generally, like, only one area you can be in to be alive.
And they're generally they come out in patterns which you can memorize.
Yeah.
And they're very difficult games. They're generally...
I don't really enjoy Bullet Hell, so I don't play them.
I don't understand them either, but I do have a theory as to why they're present in a Japanese society and why they're popular there. And I think it has to do with the way that Japan treats the idea of pastimes and hobbies and occupations.
Okay.
So in Japan, you will often be asked, what is your hobby? Because
that is true, that gets asked.
The idea being that you can only have one. Because if you're going to have a hobby, you're going to choose your hobby and be good at it.
You're going to be dedicated at it like a job.
Like when you go to your school, you are asked which club you're going to join. Not which clubs you're going to join or which actual activities.
I've seen anime where they're like, you're in like more than one club.
Yeah.
Like they get really weirded out by it. Yeah.
So like one of my brother's friends, his hobby was sailing. And so because of that, he built his own sailboat. And it's a amazing sailboat. Like, it looks like it came out of a...
I know very few people who would say their hobby is sailing, and that would mean that they would build a sailboat.
But they took it to that extreme. So, yeah, if I were to say that my hobby was when you play games, you generally choose a type of game that you like Bullet Hells games.
That would make a lot of sense given some of the anime I've seen.
Or fighting games, or rhythm games is another example. So you'll get people who can get really good at things like the poppin' music or the DDR, because that's all they're playing. They're choosing the one game, and they're going to get good at that game, and they love it.
Yeah, okay.
So that's my theory. I don't know if it's completely correct, but it feels like it's back upable.
But I could see it. I could understand that.
Hey, we saved the planet, apparently.
Yay! Yeah, my understanding is Undertale has bullet hell elements in it.
It does.
Which, because I haven't played a lot of it, so don't bring up any spoilers in the chat. Ian and I will just turn the chat off then. I'm willing to get over that, even though I don't like bullet hell mechanics. And I mean, that's the same with most games. There are just certain mechanics I don't like, because I don't find them enjoyable, but I will get over it for certain games.
A lot of offbeats.
I'd be horrified to be shed into a single hobby. We do these things to relax, not... I mean, that's true, but I feel like if you grew up in that culture, you probably would just find one thing that you really like and stick with it for a while. It's not to say that these people don't change their hobbies either. Yeah. Especially when you're younger, and like for picking a club, they've got club observation things that go on and like festivals and stuff for that, right? Where you go and you check them out. You don't just go, well, I guess I have to pick that one, and then you're stuck there for the rest of your life.
Angry Optimist points out, so the stigmatization of otaku in general is a kind of cultural neurosis about this facet of getting deeply into anything. Yeah, I think, the otaku idea is taking your hobby and making it your life, when in fact you should be making your life your life. Your job should be your life and your community, and then your family, and then your hobby. Yeah, G-Dwarf, you're right. Bullet hell is not the same thing as a shoot 'em up.
No, it's a bit different.
They're a type of shmup where you tend to be very specific movement pattern that you need to memorize to not die. Yeah, that's... Also, Vanquisher, thank you for that subscription. Keep up the rhythm. We will.
Well, I thought you were telling them that, not that they were telling us that.
No, they were telling us that. But I think they should also keep up the rhythm.
I want to tell people to keep up the rhythm now when they subscribe.
Indie Star X, can watching LRR be your hobby? I mean,
sure.
Yeah. If you want to take it to Japanese levels, we've got wikis that need updating and forums and discords that need attending. Someone's making a Lure Picross game, so you can get in on that. Yeah, bullet hells have a big difficulty connotation, Rockario, but it's also it's more about the pattern recognition than just the.
Think of a bullet hell like a rhythm game, but without the music necessarily.
Yeah. And
without the rhythm, but it's all bullets. There's going to be certain patterns. There's going to be a difficulty level at some point. I don't think they start you off easy on those.
Square.cubed, so you're saying that Batman is an otaku. Canonically, he is an otaku because he knows who Rei Hino is.
What?
Oh yeah, no, there's a scene in in the past year.
What?
Batman is talking with, I think it's Lois Lane, Clark Kent, and Martian Manhunter.
Okay.
And I think Martian Manhunter has given himself the code name Rei Hino. And Batman's just like, oh, I know exactly who you
Okay,
are.
that configuration
Ray,
sounds
you know?
Justice League, but okay. Alright.
I mean, the Justice League does exist in the comics. It's
Yeah, I know, I'm saying that's what you said within the last year. I'm trying
yeah.
to guess the show.
comic-based.
Oh, comic-based. Yeah, okay.
It's an insane night.
Oh, that's right. In the animated series, Batman reveals to be basically a Grey Ghost fanboy. That was a really good episode, actually. I really liked the Grey Ghost stuff they put in there. So, someone has asked if you have any thoughts on the lack of first-person shooter popularity in Japan. Extra Credits did a thing about that, though.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, it's culture-based because it's the difference between the culture of North America and how we view guns versus how Japan views guns.
Okay, yeah.
Is what they, I believe, came up with. I don't know if that was, like, provable, but it was really interesting.
What was their take on it?
It had to do with the way, like, basically war happened, I think.
Because I also am fascinated by the way the Japanese treat guns there. Specifically the airsoft-based system.
I believe it was more of a point in their video about why we have more, like, JRPGs and Western RPGs, and why they diverged in the way they did. And it generally just runs down to a cultural significance, but the way we view guns versus the way they view guns is probably more why we have first-person shooters and why we came up with the first-person shooter, as opposed to why they don't really
probably
do that.
Because again, the way they treat the idea of seeing guns, especially toy guns, is that it's just fine, because the only gun you'll ever see is probably going to be an airsoft or toy gun.
Yeah, I believe they gave examples in the video. I wish I knew which one it was offhand. Maybe I could find it.
But I remember seeing kids running around on the trains with these highly detailed, like, Desert Eagle replicas. And just thinking, wow, if that happened in, like, a similarly sized city in North America, like New York, there'd be so many police on that kid.
I think it was actually... Yeah, I think it was one of the three that they did called Western RPGs versus Japanese RPGs. They did a part 1, part 2, and part 3.
Okay, I will be watching those tonight then.
But yeah, I would definitely recommend looking them up because they were really good. I believe it was within those.
Is that the stage finally? Oh. Well, you know what? That's the stage, and I think that's the stream.
Was that?
Unless you want to do stage 4. And do we want to just?
I'd like to do a boss level.
Sure. Okay, I'll take the stage 4 and then give the boss to you, and then we can.
Just because we would finish off the scarecrow.
Yeah, that'd be a really good way to do that.
But maybe we should do that.
I look up and I'm now seeing wrestling references, and I'm wondering what happened. What did you do, Heather?
I'm assuming because we were talking about culture comparison that wrestling got mixed in. The West sees weapons as tools, the East sees them as an extension of themselves, was the main thrust of Extra Credits. Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's... Yeah, if you want to find out something about video games, don't ask us. Search extra credits first, if you want our opinion.
A lot of our stuff is opinion.
Yeah.
Because we haven't researched stuff. Extra Credits does do quite a bit of research within the topics that they talk about. So they're definitely a good source to start with. I mean, with anything like that, the best thing to do is to watch and read things, but then also continue on with your own research to really enforce your own opinions. As opposed to just watching the thing and being like, yeah, no, that sounds fine.
As with many things, you're very unlikely to get the full story in one place.
You don't necessarily have the time for that, so if you don't do it, I don't blame you. But those are always good places to start, and then if you want more information, you really should be reading up more.
Yeah. Damn it. Trying to get that present just...
Theodore says, come to think of it, I can name quite a few Eastern works where the hero transforms part of themselves into a weapon or summons one, whereas in Western fiction they tend to own the weapon, not become it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's Kamen Rider, right?
Yeah.
It's just Kamen Rider is exactly that. I would say that Ultraman, similar idea.
Mm.
I mean, isn't it, in a sense, isn't that also the entire idea of Sailor Moon S? That the talismans are...
Sailor Moon S was the heart crystals, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so that would have been... the talismans that come out of those.
Yeah, you need a pure heart would become a talisman to summon what did they call it in the Clover Way? The envoy of good? Or the ambassador of good, that's it. They weren't going to call her the Messiah, the ambassador of good.
Right, no, I think they called her the Messiah
in the Japanese.
In the Japanese.
And they call it the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
I think, in the Clover Way dub they call it the Purity Chalice.
Right. You're right. I'm like, I know there's a different name. I know they didn't call it the Holy Grail, but they did.
It sounded like a thing
the Purity Chalice.
that you drink out of to signify that you're not going to have sex before marriage. Let's all take a drink from the Purity Chalice, kids.
Yeah. Yeah, because we started with... First season was just energy in general.
Mm-hmm.
Second season was still just energy, wasn't it?
Because the Guardians were draining their energy.
Yeah, and then
get their energy in.
Then S was heart crystals. Super S was dream mirrors.
Mm-hmm.
Stars was
another
idols.
thing like heart crystals.
It was something similar because they pulled the thing out. It's been so long since I've seen Stars. Starseeds, right? That makes sense.
Yes, that was it.
Stars is one of my favorite seasons. So much that goes on there that I really like. Hey, man!
Rocario gives a really nice way of putting that. Arthur pulled the sword from the stone. Luluko becomes her own gun. Yep.
I just heard about some villainous scumbag threatening to the peace and love music brings.
Wow, is that actually just straight up scumbag Steve that we're fighting against?
He's asking if we're the scumbag. He's the god of music.
Oh.
I need to see that you have what it takes to be a hero. So instead of fighting a weird, crazed robot, we're gonna fight the god of music to make sure that we can be a hero.
Sounds good.
That's a weird ending. That's a weird, weird ending. Hello.
What? Sorry, I was not a religious man, but I now have a god to pray to. Yes, and now we get to have the Manji versus Swastika debate. Or discussion, rather.
Of course that's gonna happen.
Now, quite frankly, it's the gold chain that says boss, and the fact that he is a giant Buddha.
Oh, when you die, you just retire.
Huh.
Interesting.
You gonna retry?
Yeah, I want to give it one more go.
Let's defeat this giant Buddha made of drugs.
So weird. Yeah.
Buddha handsome.
Whoa. I cannot keep up with the fireballs. They screw up with my vision on the thing. Did you wanna?
I would love to give that a try, because I think I feel like I've got it.
This game is so weird.
How weird is this game on a scale of 1 to...
It's not that weird. It's like, really, it's just got these weird condensed, small weird packets that show up every now and then. Everything else is kind of normal in my gauge of weird. But then the weird packet ruptures and it's like, hey, weird. I don't know.
No, bring back the Buddha.
No, on the weirdness scale of what I'm used to, I give it a 2 out of 5 for weird. It's just concentrated weird packs that show up that kind of throw me off.
Who are those people floating around on a cloud?
Don't worry about it. Has anyone tried those toasty bags yet? I don't believe so. I'm curious if they work, though. I mean, I can't, because sandwiches don't really work for me right now, but... I've seen them in stores before. I kind of... They seem like a good idea.
Whew! Oh no! No!
So...
We blew up the Buddha!
He's still there.
Okay.
Shown mad skills and have proven what it takes to be a hero.
Who are we?
No, that's Wayne asking. We know who we are.
We're McQueen.
I like that they shortened Buddha Handsome to Be Handsome when he talks. That's really great.
This is a good game. I acquired peas. Perhaps next time we will give peas a chance. Also, we get Simply Lita's story next.
So English Sailor Jupiter.
Yeah.
What?
Well, now I gotta find out if it looks anything like English Sailor Jupiter.
Looks more like Marcelina.
Yeah. Also, what's going on with her hips? It's like she has a triangle, but then it just ends at the base, so that just like the strip of pants.
I don't feel like you've seen enough different Western animations to not recognize that as a very girl hip design.
I'm not. Okay, you know what? I have a problem with the thigh gap to begin with, but when you literally need like a 30 centimeter or 12-inch ruler to measure the thigh gap, you have some problems.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's
put her away.
Let's just go to the booth. We can leave the music
Yeah,
in the
I like the
background.
music.
That's fine. It's just good.
I know it's stylized for Cario. I
don't want.
Sometimes
I do not want the discussion of the thigh gap to start happening. So let's please move on.
Sometimes I just like to point out weirdness in designs, because then you can't. It takes a while to unsee it, and then you just get to revel in the okay, weird. Anyway, that's our show today. The show was called Rhythm Cafe, and it was on.
Great loading ready.
Great loading. The great loading ready on Video Entertainment Network.
Get caught off guard.
It's
was I supposed to answer that?
No.
Was that the answer?
No, you were not supposed to answer that.
You paused. I don't know what's going on.
If you like what you see, check out motorgurdyrun.com for all the great shows. That's where you can find out our schedule and what's coming up next. Also, you can find out what's coming up next up around in this area or something. There's a next time. And also, you have something to show that you can push to show us what's up next.
Oh, you mean like that?
Yeah!
Okay.
Tomorrow at E3 gaming coverage, starting at 6 p.m. when we'd usually be doing Matters of Import. So enjoy that.
That would be the Sony presentation.
Yes.
Yes. No, see, this is for the morning. This is the 10 a.m. one that you thought was Checkpoint, but it's not.
Yep.
Because it's
PC Gaming's happening.
Gaming.
Then Checkpoint is happening. I remember they said it would happen. No.
Okay.
Click on that button there.
Oh.
And then do the thing.
No.
Maybe. Okay.
There
you go. That is Ubisoft at 1 p.m.
Ubisoft. Okay. Well, maybe that'll be more interesting than EA.
Then Checkpoint after that.
Which
and
I believe is just not so much Checkpoint as just talking
probably
about.
Do more, question answer type stuff.
They won't have had a lot of time to have written. But you never know. There you go.
Then,
there you
6
are.
p.m., it's going to be the E3 coverage show for Sony with Graham, myself, and Beej. And then we'll probably do some Utena after that. Then on Tuesday, you're coming in to Spock with James.
Yeah.
And, 9 a.m.
Talk about Nintendo.
Gonna be exciting.
It'll be fun. And then I'm gonna hang out with Ben. We're gonna play Wonder Boy.
Eric, I don't think we'll be covering any Devolver Digital stuff.
Not that I've heard of.
Not directly. They might talk about it on Checkpoint, but we don't have anything set up for that.
Then there's one more going on with James.
I don't believe it's going to be just one more, but Player Battleground. Yeah. PUBG will be happening. Then it's 9 o'clock where they'll be playing Minecraft, because that's what they do, James and Rebellious Una.
So, chat, what you should do is try to go James into staying up all night playing PUBG so that he's in on time in the morning for the 9 o'clock, which I don't know if he's typically late for a show. I doubt that he's very into Minecraft, but given the way PUBG works and how people just kind of are like, no, I'll play another game. I think you could probably do it. I believe in you. Please do it.
Yep. Then Let's Snopes will be playing Inner Voices. That's on Wednesday at 2.
Yep, that'll be with Ben because Alex will be away.
Yes. Which reminds me, if you guys are going to be in the Las Vegas area for any reason next week, be it GP related or not, some people will be in there for the Grand Prix, the Magic Grand Prix. Yes, indeed, they still play Magic. It's going to be Graham, it's going to be Adam, it's going to be James, and it's going to be Alex. And they are going to be down in Las Vegas.
We're still figuring out crossing the streams, but it will involve those of us who have not left.
We're there. And check the Lure MTG account on Twitter for more details about that as they happen. 18 Games of Counting will be returning on Thursday with Paul.
Not James.
Yep, and they'll be playing whatever is the 18th most popular game as of 9 a.m.? 8 a.m.
I think it's 8 a.m.
Yeah,
now.
it's right there on the screen. Right here.
It is.
As of 8 a.m. PDT. They'll be doing that. Then, Lure MTG will be Kathleen and...
Cam, I believe?
Yeah, Cam and Ben, actually.
Yeah, maybe
That's
Cam
right.
and
They're
Ben.
playing... They'll play Magic. Hello.
I assume.
Yeah.
So maybe they should try a different game.
Maybe they should... One of those other Deckmaster games.
Like,
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Well, I was thinking of, like, Battle Deck.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a real thing.
They could
Probably
play
is.
Bridge. We got a fancy new Bridge computer.
You're right. We
Yeah.
should hook up the
They
bridge
should play
computer
Bridge.
for them.
Yeah, on
You're
a
right.
Magic
yes,
stream.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It will be magic.
Yes. Then after Magic, it's going to be Talking Simulator. Cam will do something.
He'll talk
Yep.
about a game.
It'll be fascinating, I'm sure. And the Crap Shot will probably just end up being a writing stream on Friday
It will be
at 1 p.m.
something
It's
maybe
going to be good.
We'll find out.
It'll involve your help. And
Yes, they should play one of the Pokemon card games.
Yeah,
the video
that's a good
games
idea.
that you walk around and yeah, they should do that.
And then Friday night, we're going to be doing another AFK. It's not
That is
Monopoly.
not
That's
Monopoly.
old information.
That is definitely last week, but there will be a different thing. It will not be Monopoly.
Yeah. And then Saturday at 3 p.m. 3 p.m. Paris time, we'll be doing our driving stream. And check that out then.
But next week's Rhythm Cafe is a couple of iOS games.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what they are, Ian? Do you remember, or should I tell you?
I don't remember, and I'm wondering if you should tell me, or if I should be kept in surprise.
I could tell you the names of them, and if you never looked them up, you would be fine.
I was going to say I'll just take off my headphones so I can't hear what they are when you say them, but that's not how this works. Okay, let me know.
I'm gonna torture
Wait on
you.
me.
We're gonna play probably for a very short period of time a game called Lolly Rock,
Oh yeah.
which is a rhythm game from the TV show Lolly Rock, which I believe was made by a French company and dubbed. It's on Netflix.
I saw a trailer for it. It looks atrocious.
It's not a bad cartoon. It could use some improvements, but it's not terrible.
What if Totally Spies but music?
Nah.
And the other one
I
is
like Totally Spies. The other one was, I believe, suggested by Darkmoor Forward, was the Bang Dream iOS game, which is based off an anime called Bang Dream, which came out recently. I don't know what it looks like, but that's why we're going to play a little bit of Lolly Rock until we can stand it, because it's kind of broken.
How is Bang spelled?
Capital B, lowercase A-N, capital G with like an exclamation mark, and then Dream.
So with letters. Okay, that's
Yes.
what I was afraid of.
When I went to look up the game on the iOS store to make sure that we could download it,
Yeah, I think
it's
looking at
all in Japanese or Chinese, and I can't read any of it, but you can download
Okay,
it.
good, because I was thinking that like typing the words Bang Dream into Google is probably a bad idea. Anyway.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to play.
Yeah. That's it for Rhythm Cafe today, guys. Thanks so much for joining us. It's been an absolute blast. Wait, the last hour and 45 minutes, or hour and 50 minutes were an absolute blast. That first bit we won't talk about. Hey, how are you doing?
I'm going to push a button now, and we're going to go away. But you all take care, and keep on rhythm.
Keep on.
I like it.
Yeah,
I'm saying it.
good on.
Goodbye.